Hey, checking in again.
Yeah, hi.
Sunset again on another beach.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago we were on the Atlantic. Today we are on the Pacific in the fall of 2018. I wasn't supposed to reference a date,
That's
but
okay.
here we are. So today
we're on the Oregon beach.
Today we're bi-coastal, and off to the side of us here is Haystack Rock.
Do you know the history on this?
I have no idea.
We should know this.
It looks like a haystack. That's why they called it that.
We live in Washington State, but
This is
Oregon is took us what, 3 hours, 2.5 hours to come here?
2 hours to get
here.
From
so
our place.
Yeah, last week we were on the Atlantic Ocean side, and now we're on the Pacific. And last week we were in our bathing suits and we had the whole beach to ourselves. But
yeah, everybody today are in jackets, boots.
I'm freezing.
I don't see anybody in bathing suits or flip-flops other than me. I'm not in my bathing suit, but I am wearing my flip-flops because you're at the beach, and if you're at the beach, you gotta wear your flip-flops. I mean, it's just the way it is. I don't care if my feet are cold.
You look cool.
Yeah. So anyhow. So there you go. Yeah, we're here and enjoying the day, an exceptional day on the Oregon coast. So you had something on your mind you wanted to share.
Yeah, something we've been talking about. We're going to be part of a marriage event coming up, and the theme of the marriage event is connect, build, and grow.
Yeah,
and
connect, build, grow.
Wow, those are 3 powerful words, and just kind of a lot of puts into what we've been talking about together. So yeah, so just wanted to share a little bit about that. So
yeah, connection, of which, back to those of you who have listened in, connection is not communication, it's connection at the heart level. But when you get the head and the heart together, you get connectication. And truly that is that place of being able to not just talk facts and figures, but really connect at an emotional level so that there's meaning that you share between the two of you. So the friends that we're here with on the little getaway to the Oregon coast, Brenda threw out a challenge to find a squirrel. Any kind of squirrel, and
because the squirrel is our mascot.
Yeah, and this guy's really competitive, so he like every little gift shop we went in, he was on the look for squirrels. He finally found one and just said, "Okay, I've won the contest," and then you changed the target on him.
Well, he found a squirrel on a card, and okay, that but we need a 3-dimensional squirrel, right?
Yeah. You could pick it up.
So then we went into a Christmas shop that had all this Christmas stuff, and I said, "Hey, whoever finds a squirrel wins a prize." And he found a squirrel on part of a
larger
bigger figurine.
Yeah, I mean, it was only like $4,000 or something like that.
It's I don't know. Okay, we'll give that to
Christmas
you.
Ornament. Yeah, anyhow.
So what does that have to do with connection?
Well, I think the connection point that I was sharing with him as we headed out of the store was we've been playing this game of find the squirrel since we were married. And he goes, "Really?" And I says, "Yeah, because that helps us connect around something whimsical and fun."
Yeah.
And no matter where we go around the world, trying to find a squirrel figurine is something that we connect around. It's silly, it's fun, but it's a shared meeting, and it's a lot of fun for us to do, and it's very loving. And there's whoever wins, in this case, I'm not kissing him, but if you find a squirrel, I'll kiss you. That's the prize. We'll have to pass that on to them.
But you know what? In a way, I think that kind of gave us a deeper connection with our friend, because he kind of shared something with us, and he knows that that's not a private thing, but near and dear
to our heart.
Yeah.
And to share the concept with him. So he was talking about how to pass that along possibly to one of their grandkids. Because it's something that it's fun and you share through a lifetime. And your relationship has a lifetime, and there are things that really are loving and sincere and nostalgic between the two of you as you start your relationship out, and those things change. However, if there's some kind of little theme game that you play throughout the seasons of the relationship, it grows and gets deeper and takes on more meaning and becomes, it is silly and funny, but it always takes us back to some incredible memories of where we find we actually, for those of you that I think have talked to us before or know our story, we have a squirrel shrine in our house. We don't worship squirrels. It's
No.
really just a lot of fun. So
Yeah,
but yeah, it's that shared meaning which builds connection around history and just the fun of having fun with one another. But I think, communicating day to day about details and circumstances, that doesn't really get away with
And
connection.
that's all up here. That's
know.
communicating, yeah.
We need that. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. But even as we're sitting here today, taking in a beautiful day, we're going to remember that we saw spouting horns or spouting spouts from whales that are
yeah.
passing along, going south along the Oregon coast, because the waters are getting colder here in the fall of 2018. Which I'm not supposed to be dating this, so that it can live on in infamy forever.
The idea, though, is to connect as a couple, is to go from the head to the heart. And you guys have heard us talk about this a lot, but it's
about
so
the heart.
important. Yeah, it's like,
It's about the heart.
what's really going on? If you're miscommunicating or in a disagreement, okay, you're angry, but what's really going on? And to be able to have a safe enough place to talk about that.
Yeah, what's below the
I'm
surface.
I'm feeling disrespected. I'm feeling uncherished. I'm feeling, I don't know, whatever it is, but you drop down to feeling words and it's a game changer.
Yeah.
Because then empathy happens and then you can come alongside each other.
Well, understanding, shared meaning, and deeper love for one another and appreciation for the things that are near to your heart that we then share together. I mean, it's not that complicated, but unfortunately, we get ourselves tangled up into interpreting things, and we assign meanings to things because there's maybe confusion or there's not openness or transparency, and then off to the races we go.
Assumption. Oh my gosh,
boy.
we assume this is how he's feeling, this is how he's thinking, and so many times we're wrong. And if you start assuming, stop it.
Well, I think,
and ask each other, okay, this is what I think is going on. Am I on track or am I way off track?
Yeah, but I think as you say that about assumption, it really is truly, assumption is the enemy of connection. Because I'm in my head and you're in your heart. What further disconnect could there be?
Yeah, that's good.
A mental to an emotional thing? I mean, we're so far apart at that point in time. But for me to get, in that situation, if I'm assuming something of you and I'm not asking you in a respectful way, exerting some assertiveness, again, you guys have heard us say it enough. Assertiveness is not aggressiveness. But then here's that other A word of assumption, which is actually torpedoing. Is that a word? Torpedoing?
Yeah, I think so.
It's dividing us in the beauty of making the connection.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
So the next word after connection is to build. And what does building look like?
Go get skills.
Yeah,
if you're not sure how to do something, go ask questions, gather materials. I mean, there's tons of it out there.
Yeah, check out our free podcast. Tips, tools, and tingles.
Tips,
hashtag.
tools, and tingles for
but
your
the
relationship.
The idea is that continually we're always trying to invest in our relationship and learn more about each other. And because we're learning all the time, we don't know everything, and we learn from our kids.
Yeah, and the best
really
time
cool.
to build into your relationship is actually when you're having a good time, not during the moment when you're in a hassle.
Yeah,
that's not the time to learn how to change your oil.
Yeah.
The time to learn how to change your oil and maintenance your relationship is when you're at a good time, when you're open, when there's a good sense of humor. That's the time to build new skills into your relationship.
Yeah. So the third one is what?
I forgot.
Grow?
Yeah.
Grow. So what does that mean to grow?
What does it mean to grow?
Yeah. You're saying hi to everybody.
Yeah, I'm just
hey.
waving at people. You want to be on the podcast? Come on and join us. Yeah. Yeah.
So to grow would be to take all that stuff that you use during the building to apply it. I mean, how many times do we talk to people that we've given them all these tools and stuff, and then it's like they're not even using it? It's like, how can you grow if you go to these, you go to seminars and you go to counseling or you talk to people, oh, that's a great idea, and you write it down, and then you totally forget about it.
Yeah, the old adage of use it or lose it. And good habits take 21 days to build, 21 days to forget. I mean, our brains leak. And, that place
we leak a lot.
Yeah, we are civvy. But, that place of growing.
Civvy?
Yeah, civvy. Yeah, it's a new word. connectication. Yeah, okay.
This Gil's going to create a whole new
you have to
like
have a dictionary.
Gil dictionary, not like an urban dictionary, but like Gilisms.
It doesn't matter if it makes sense or not, so
No.
it's okay. But I back to that place of growth. I mean, as we grow, that's the beauty of all the hard work and now the payoff. I mean, because that's the return on investment.
Yeah.
Deeper connection. We've grown. We continue to grow. We continue to, you know, to build. But into that growth, that's the payoff. That just improves all kinds of things.
Yeah.
And then to be able to pass it along and encourage others.
Yeah, especially our friends, and then obviously our kids. You know, our kids are all young adults now, and we see them launching off into marriages, and you know, of course, that's hard with adult kids. You can't really say anything, so it's like, okay, if anybody knows our kids out there, just thanks for loving on them for us. But
yeah,
you know,
and if any of the kids are watching this, we're sorry.
Yeah,
we really, you know, we apologize for, you know, messing with your minds and all that kind of stuff, and you know, places where, you know, we realize, I think, in growth in our own thoughts is, you know, there's those areas where we didn't build well, and you know, I think that even with our discussion with our friend today about growing, you know, he's reading a book right now on what's title is the renovation of the heart, and before you can renovate anything, sometimes you have to do demolition.
Yeah.
And that can be painful. So I guess I'm passing that on to the place of, you know, before you can grow deeper in your love for one another, sometimes there's things that you have to take apart and get it correct, get it truth, get it, you know, in the right place so that you can build on top of that and grow stronger. But if the heart is out of sorts or hurt or wounded, traumatized, blah, 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 you know, I could probably throw in some psychobab words, but who cares about that? It's the fact of we want to grow and enjoy this relationship, but if sometimes our hearts are in the wrong place, that means we need to go back and, you know, renovate before you can build and grow forward. Yeah.
So connect, not from here, but down your heart.
Grow.
Build.
Yeah, I got it out of order. Oh, well.
But you grow through connection, so you're totally right.
Yeah, so maybe these all kind of happen simultaneously, but, you know, in a circular fashion.
Yeah.
Because it's not always linear.
No, because as our relationship grows too, and as we get older, we can connect, hopefully at a deeper level because of our life experiences together in history, right?
Yeah. So the sun is going down over the Pacific Ocean. And you know,
the whales are in warmer water. Hopefully, I'm shivering.
There's a lighthouse out here. Are you really cold?
My hand is shaking.
Oh yeah, maybe the screen is shaking. But we are truly taking in a really beautiful day here in Oregon, on the Oregon coast, and this will live on long after we do. So again, the nature of what we always like to pass along is if you ain't got the marriage,
you ain't got nothing.
So always forward, take your time, go slow, but enjoy the journey.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and pan around so you can see see the ocean, the sun setting, and it's funny. It's like, you know, last week when we were at the Atlantic, it's like the ocean sounded different, didn't it? I mean, it's like the waves were further apart, so it was like a wave in and it was quiet.
Yeah.
We're like, this is like a constant hum because there's waves coming in all the time.
Yeah, the ocean floor is different.
Yeah,
I think what was really funny about this last week or so between the two visits to the beaches is that, you know, early in the morning or late at night you would say, "Do you hear the ocean?" And I'm kind of
when we were at home where there's no ocean.
And we were all snuggled in and you go, "Do you hear the ocean?" I'm going, "No, that's you snoring."
No. It's like you don't want to forget that sound.
Yeah.
But you know what? Hey, if my snoring helps
Sounds like crashing waves. Yeah.
That is so not true. I'm just going on the record, right?
No, it's actually me.
Okay. Anyway, building history, another way to connect.
Maybe that's why the cat paws at the door trying to get us to shut up, you know, because we're keeping our cat snores. I mean, oh my gosh.
She can't even sleep with us.
Yeah,
okay, we're like going down here.
It doesn't matter. So. It doesn't really matter. It's okay.
Are you ready to sign off?
Sure.
Okay, always forward, guys. Thanks so much for watching.
Yeah.
And please pass this video on to anybody else. Have people subscribe to our YouTube station channel. I think it's right now it's at Brenda Stewart, but
Yeah, and then there's the restored and remarried thing.
Podcast and
podcast things coming out.
Social media stuff.
We got some things kind of brewing in our head that we're putting together here.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
I don't know what's brewing in there. You never know.
Go have some fun.
Yeah.
Love ya. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks.